Good evening. Sorry I look a little rough. This video is for my earlier ticket for therapeutic modalities class to see and kind of get my view on how I thought that my first exam went. I think I did pretty well. The way that I studied for it was going through the PowerPoints, reading some chapters, and writing down what I didn't understand or what I thought that I still needed to go over after looking through the PowerPoints and reading through them a couple times. I also do flashcards for things like definitions and for the tissue injury cycle, which is one of the topics that we went over, each phase, saying the phase, and then on the back kind of what the phase was and what it did and little things that helped me with that. The exam was over the introductory to modalities, patient-centered care, evidence-based practice, pain, healing process. I might be forgetting one, but that was a majority of it. And the exam was 70 questions, multiple choice, and fill in the blank. A couple of the questions on the exam were a little bit confusing and challenging for me. There was some answers that could have both been one. I normally am not one to ask so many questions on an exam, but for this test I had to ask like 4 or 5 times what exactly I was needing to answer here, or what was it exactly wanting, because there were multiple answers where I could have put, I don't know if it was just the question or if I was contradicting myself, but those are just the ones that were challenging to me. For example, a couple of the multiple choice ones, there was an answer that had one part of the solid answer and then a different answer that had the second part of the altogether answer. So if you put them into one, then that would have been the obvious answer. So those kind of were confusing to me. As far as more study habits for continuing to go on into the semester, I thought I did really well for this first exam, especially since the week was kind of hectic. It's college. I had an exam on Monday, and then I had 2 on Tuesday, one being my modalities one. So I was studying a lot, and I thought I still did pretty well for this first exam. Again, for the first exam, you kind of get jittery. You don't know how it's going to go. You don't know what you're going to see. So for the first exam, I thought I did pretty well, and for my study habits for later on in the semester, I'm probably going to keep my same plan as go back through the PowerPoints, really focus on what I don't really understand or what I still need to understand. And so I'm probably going to continue to read through the PowerPoints, write down, do flashcards, and read the chapter. I think that's all I have for the first exam. Thanks.